Hey guys, it's Dragon Rockstar here, coming with you a Chaos Lightsworn Turbo deck. Now, this deck I've been working with for the past couple of months throughout the formats, and so far, by far, this deck is pretty amazing. I do still use the Guardragon engine, but in a different way. I have made some changes to the extra deck, as well as the main deck and side deck, so I hope you guys do enjoy this. And shout outs to my friends for helping me get the field centers. They only got me 2. I can only get my hands on 2. But these are by far the best ones I like. So I'm coming with you the extra deck, main deck, and side deck. So let's go ahead and get started. Now the deck is really consistent. It's pretty powerful against pendulums. It's really good and consistent against let's see, Sky Strikers. It's very consistent and very able to go against Sky Strikers, even though that deck hasn't been out for a little bit. A lot of people have tried to switch away from it. This deck is really powerful against it's really against Thunder Dragons as well as Heroes. I've played against many of those decks, and so far I basically have come to times where I've won many games out of it. But overall, this deck is really consistent. It has the brick hands, but it's pretty powerful once you get it started. So let's go ahead and get started into the mixed. I do play double Chaos Dragon Levianeer. Chaos Dragon Levianeer is basically the big boss monster of the deck. Sadly, I only own 2, but if I ever get a third one, I would be playing 3 of this because this is the most powerful monster in the deck. In my personal opinion, it's basically by far the best special summon monster in the deck. It can get you there. It's pretty self-explanatory. For the Lightsworns, well, that's it for all the big beat sticks in the deck. I cut out Black Soldier on the beginning due to the fact there's been times where I draw him and my first hand and he hasn't done much for me. I've drawn him close to ending game where I can't summon him, things of that nature. So there's been times where Black Soldier has bricked. I would love to play Chaos Dragon Levianeer, or not Chaos Dragon Levianeer, Chaos Dragon Envoy the End. It's just the errata kind of messed up his effect, but I would like to play those and maybe a Judgment Dragon, but I don't play enough Lightsworns in the deck just to be able to play Judgment Dragon, so that's a sad thing. But overall, he's the only big boss monster you really probably ever need. But let's go ahead. For the Lightsworns, I do play double Raiden, triple Wulf, and double Felis. My Lightsworn ratio is self-explanatory. This engine pretty much gets you there. It's all self-explanatory. This is by far the second best normal summon in the deck. Wulf is pretty powerful. He's your free summon, and then Felis basically does that as Wulf, but he has to be milled by a card effect. So, and overall, this is pretty powerful as it is. I love these. I love the Lightsworn ratio. You don't really ever need to change the Lightsworn ratio, in my personal opinion. For the Plant Engine, which has been changed over time, I do only play 2 Lonefire Blossoms. I still play the triple Predaplant over Scorpio, and then the 1 Darkling Cobra, as well as Glowbulb. Make it where you guys can see it here. Overall, this is all self-explanatory. Lonefire Blossom is basically been changed throughout time. I've been playing it at 3 and 2 here and there. But overall, Lonefire Blossom is pretty good. If you guys can't really read the print, it's because they're German print. I got my hands on a couple Germans. But overall, this is the best normal summon in the deck, the best summoning mechanic in the deck, in my personal opinion. This is literally the first best normal summon in the deck. Lonefire Blossom is basically you're probably putting over Scorpio. If you didn't have this engine, you don't really, you can't really play this deck, in my personal opinion. And then Glowbulb, it's just Glowbulb. It's pretty self-explanatory. I do play the Clown Engine. I only want to play 1 damage Juggler, 1 Hat Tricker, 1 Trick Clown. I only fell in love. I'm only playing 1 of each. It's all self-explanatory. There's been times where you don't really need the second ones, in my personal opinion. I do play a Danger Engine, a very heavy Danger Engine in my personal opinion. I do play triple danger Mouthman, double danger Nessie, double danger Snake, and double danger Jackalope. This is self-explanatory. Both you and your opponent discard to get a better card in your hand. Nessie is basically a free add, Snake is special summon, and Jackalope is just a free special summon from the deck. So they all have purposes, and they're all pretty powerful as it is. My personal opinion, I probably won't even cut out this engine. I think this engine is perfect for the deck because it allows you to get rid of dead cards in your hand. So, yeah. Danger lineup, it's just all self-explanatory. I do play a little tiny dragon engine. I do play the Supreme Darkwurm as well as double Destrudo. Most people I've seen that do these kind of decks play triple Destrudo. I don't think you need the third Destrudo. I think 2 is enough because if you draw in your hand, yes, it's pretty powerful as it is, but I mainly will probably end up using the third copy as a lore target. In my personal opinion, you only really ever need 1, but it's self-explanatory. And the Supreme Darkwurm is basically just a free summon monster on the board. I use Dragon Shrine a lot, so it's pretty consistent as it is. For my level 4 extenders, I do play the 1 Blackwing Zephyros Elite, and then the 1 Revival Golem. Blackwing Zephyros Elite, self-explanatory, just basically allows you to get rid of those dead problematic cards, mainly like Performage Fusion, on the board to your hand. And then Revival Golem is just a free summon, in my personal opinion. It allows you to get you there. He's basically like the 4th Wulf in the deck. He's, instead of attack, you mainly have a 21 defense. So he's basically like the rock form of Wulf, in my personal opinion. So he's pretty powerful as it is. Like, he can either be added to your hand or free special summon. I usually only special summon it, but there's been times where you probably want him in your hand, so it gives you more of a free discard. I do play for like my Dragon Tea combos, if you put it that way. I do play the 1 World Chalice. There you go. 1 World Chalice Guardragon, and then the 1 Brotaur. These are both self-explanatory. You need them for the Guardragon kind of engine of the deck. Brotaur is mainly the one you really go for in the Guardragon engine, but it's pretty powerful. Allows you to get Chaos Dragon Levianeer faster to your hand, and then you need him for like your World Chalice plays. And then for the last 2 monsters of the deck, which has been a little bit of a spicy tech I put in, I do play Archlord Kristya instead of Fossil Dino. A lot of people play Fossil Dino because it's more of a flip effect kind of way. Plus, if you draw that as a dead card, you can just set it and then pass if your hand's really bad. Me, it's more like Archlord Kristya is more powerful because it's another beat stick I can get on the board. It's another monster that basically allows me to say, you can't special summon, just in case they get rid of my Griffin or, you know, some of my other extra deck plays. They get rid of all my board. I have Archlord Kristya to fall back to, and I still have a Link monster on board. I could probably have the Link monster stay there and then activate like something to help me get Archlord Kristya so I can still continue in the game. So I like Archlord Kristya because it has a certain extent where it's pretty powerful as it is. And then I do play the 1 Garnet. Garnet is self-explanatory. Garnet is just Garnet. You need it for the Brilliant Fusion and the Predaplant engine. For the spell cards, I play triple Charge of the Light Brigade. This is self-explanatory. This is by far the best way to dig through your deck, as well as double Solar Recharge. Now, the reason why I'm not playing 3 Solar Recharge is because there's been times where Solar Recharge has become a dead card in my hand, and I have no ways to get rid of it or have no ways to utilize it in my hand. So I cut it back down to 2 because I shortened the Lightsworn ratio a little bit, so I personally only really need 2. But Charge is self-explanatory. This is basically by far the best way to get more cards in the graveyard. So, yeah. I do play a new Spicy Tech engine, one of the newest cards I do play in the deck, which is triple Insta-Fusion. I needed ways to get me another level 4 monster on board a little faster so I can go into Azthoth. Once I use Dragon Shrine to or use ways like Charge Light Brigade or Dragon Shrine or Foolish Burial. Once I use those to get me a level 4 monster in the graveyard so I can special summon it, I'll play Instant Fusion if I have that in my hand and basically go off with Azathoth. Azathoth's the main extra deck monster. It's by far the best card when you're facing Nibiru or any heavy hand traps or anything like that. That's the best way to get around hand traps, in my personal opinion. But Instant Fusion's there. It's pretty powerful as it is. I love Instant Fusion. It allows me to summon out my favorite new extra deck monster. So, yeah. I do play, for my next 3 spell cards, I do play triple Frozen Rose. Frozen Rose allows me to, once you have Azathoth on the board, you usually want to tribute Azathoth and play Frozen Rose, so that way you can get any plant monster you need from your deck to your hand. So mainly you really want to go for is either Lonefire Possum, depending on your hand, or Predaplant or Scorpio. This is the main reason. You don't really ever use his other ability where it allows you to, like during the end phase, draw 2 cards, then discard 1 card. You don't really ever need that effect, my personal opinion. If you tribute a plant monster, you don't really need that effect. But other than that, its other effect allows you, if you tribute a non-plant monster, you basically get to add a plant monster from your deck to your hand. So it's pretty powerful as it is, in my personal opinion. Then for the last triple spell card, I do play triple Allure of Darkness. Allure of Darkness is self-explanatory. You do play a lot of darks in the deck, so yeah. I do play double Dragon Shrine. Like I mentioned throughout the whole video, Dragon Shrine is pretty much the one way to get Supreme Darkwurm to the graveyard fast as possible. That way it gets you another level 4 body on board. So Dragon Shrine basically gets you there. Sometimes you only use it for Supreme Darkwurm, but there's been times where I use it for Destrudo as well. So it's just, there's many ways you can get your dragons to the graveyard faster. I do play, for the 1-of spell cards, I play the only 1-of that allows me to get a free draw, which is Metalfoes Fusion. It's basically a good way to discard. So if you're using Nightmare Griffin and you already have Imperial Order in the graveyard, discard Metalfoes Fusion to the graveyard, set Imperial Order, activate Metalfoes Fusion, shuffle back in deck, draw a card. It's basically a free way to draw, in my personal opinion. It's pretty powerful. I like it. And I figured I needed a way to utilize the spell card in the graveyard. For my special summon 1-ofs, I do play the one Brilliant Fusion, the one 1-for-1, the one Monster Reborn, and the World Legacy Sensation. All self-explanatory. You need it for Seraphonite. Gives you another body on board. But mainly you can take your opponent's Link monsters if you need the arrows, or just need anything specifically. And it allows you to, this is basically for the IB combo, so they all serve a purpose. They're all pretty powerful as it is. And for the last spell, you do play the one Foolish Burial. It's self-explanatory. Helps you get what you need in the graveyard faster. Then I do play, for my last card in my deck, I do play only 1 trap, which is Imperial Order. I'm thinking of also maybe bumping, like playing another trap card, like Royal Decree, due to the fact I think Royal Decree is pretty powerful because it stops all trap cards, period. Instead of playing Red Reboot, I would like to play Royal Decree. And Lightsworn, you mainly can send it to the graveyard, so that way it gives you a free set. Once I set Royal Decree, activate Royal Decree, my opponent only has one way to chain to it. It's either Solemn Judgment or Red Reboot. They're the only 2 ways to stop Royal Decree. Once Royal Decree is activated, it's self-explanatory. So I'm thinking of running Royal Decree because, again, going against a lot of heavy stall decks, Royal Decree could be pretty powerful at certain times. So, but Imperial Order is good against a lot of other decks as well. So, yeah. That's it for the main deck. The main deck, like I said, is pretty powerful. It does a lot of things. It's pretty consistent. The ratios that I have for the deck is pretty powerful. I think they're right on point. There might be a few ratios that might be off, but I might come out with another updated video for you guys to see what needs to be changed. So you guys let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the deck, and what do you guys think I should play or change up, or maybe test out some new spices. But anyways, let's go ahead to let's go to the extra deck next. For the extra deck, I do play the one Minerva. Minerva is self-explanatory. There's nothing else to say about her. You need it just because she mills. And then for the main purpose of the deck, to get out as fast as possible so you can even continue your combos, I do play Azathoth as well as Nyla, I think that's what you call it. Narla. I think that's how you pronounce it, but mainly you really want to summon Azathoth. Azathoth's another monster just basically to help you get bypass Nibiru or any other hand traps. It's another way to get around your opponent's cards as well. Because if they see Nyla hit the board, they gotta figure out a way to get around and get rid of that card. If they can't get rid of that card, you can summon Azathoth and go for game. So personally, Azathoth's pretty powerful as it is. For my synchros, I do play the one Ib, just the tier. For my only level 5, she's pretty powerful as no matter what. She's basically get you started in your combos, basically get you started on your Link shenanigans. My personal opinion, she's pretty good. For my only level 7 synchro, I play one F.A. Dawn Dragster. F.A. Dawn Dragster is self-explanatory. It's another way, once you can get Destroy on the board, synchro away with any other monster on the board, and bring out F.A. Dawn Dragster. It's pretty much another stall card. And then for my other powerful and by far best dragon in the game, in my opinion, is Boarlord Savage Dragon. It's pretty broken as he is. There's no explanation to him. If you don't know what he is or know what he does, he's basically a monster that basically you can get a Link monster in your graveyard, attach it to him. He gets that many negate counters. You can only negate anything once per turn, and he gains half that Link monster's attack. He's basically by far the best dragon I've ever seen was ever printed. And then for my fusions, I play Kambarla Warrior. The reason why I play this guy instead of the Mud Dragon, I just wanted another monster that's just Earth. Free summon, just quick out and easy. He's got small stats, but I don't really care about the stats. The main purpose of summoning him. Plus, I couldn't find my Mud Dragon. If I had Mud Dragon, I'd probably play him over this guy, but I play him because he's just another free... plus, he's Earth. In my personal opinion, I need an Earth monster to use. So I can go off more curious combos, but he's mainly there after grind game and everything, or safer in grind game, and I haven't used Insta-Fusion, I'll Insta-Fusion him, link away, go off with curious combos, and just go off. It's just another way to get it. He's basically another Insta-Fusion target. I do play the Once Rough Knife for the Brilliant Fusion combo. It's self-explanatory. For the Guardragon engine, I do play the one Guardragon LP, and then the one Heretic Seal. They're self-explanatory. There's ways you can summon these pretty quickly without Agripane. Even though Agripane has been hit, rest in peace, Agripane. But he's lived this time. In personal opinion, I think they should have hit LP, because LP was the main good target of the deck. Pisty, somewhat okay, but LP is pretty powerful as it is. Like, I think LP should have been the one that got hit. But they decided to hit Agripane. That's self-explanatory. I'm not going to argue with that. Heretic Seal is self-explanatory. It basically allows you to get rid of some problematic cards off the board. So, they're pretty self-explanatory. I do play the one Nightmare Cerberus instead of Nightmare Phoenix. The reason why I play Nightmare Cerberus is because it's Earth. It allows me to get Curious. It just allows me to get Curious out faster. I don't really use him much for anything besides the arrows. Sometimes I might use his effect, sometimes I might not. But if I was to play Nightmare Phoenix, I'd probably end up cutting out another monster in the extra deck, which is probably... The extra deck is really extremely tight, so I think Cerberus is pretty okay as it is. Then for my Link 3s, I play the one Curious, and then the one boss monster of them all that actually won me a couple games at one of my events. Black Soldier, Soldier of Chaos. He's broken. Curious is extremely broken. I don't even know why they printed out Curious in the first place. Curious is just by far the best Lightsworn in existence of Lightsworns, in my personal opinion. Curious, it just allows you to get those problematic cards. Like, it allows you to get what you need in the graveyard faster, and plus an additional 3 more cards. So, yeah. I do play the 1 Nightmare Griffin for my Link 4s, and then the 1 Sayuja. Both self-explanatory. They both were used for the combos. You know, I've seen some people play 2 Sayujas. You really only ever need 1, unless you really have a very bad hand. You probably would end up going to a second one. But me, in personal opinion, I only ever need the 1. So yeah. For the side deck, I play triple Artifact Lancia. Because it's mainly very powerful against a lot of decks like Lunalight Orchis, or just pure on Lunalights is actually pretty good. Thunder Dragons is extremely good against them, or any basically stall banish deck. This is really powerful against. Like any deck that banishes is extremely powerful, and you don't have to worry about your deck. Yes, you do banish a lot, but it's self-explanatory. Sorry for the background noises, guys. My mom's busy doing some stuff. But for the next monster that I side deck is double Nibiru. Yes, this deck hates Nibiru, but it's too good not to play in the side deck. Nibiru is basically another way to get rid of other problematic combo decks. It's just self-explanatory. Once you play Nibiru, your opponent looks at you funny, and then they either shake your hand or try to see if they can play through it. Mainly, they're going to shake your hand. Nibiru basically stops your opponent. It's broken. For the spell cards, I play triple Dark Ruler No More. Dark Ruler No More, self-explanatory. By far, it's the same. It's another promo from the Megatans. It's just too powerful to say anything otherwise. It's Dark Ruler No More. It's the same thing as Azathoth, but it's stepped in spell cards. I do not like back row a lot, so I do play a heavy lineup of back row hate. So I play triple Twin Twister, double Cosmic Cyclone, and then the only trap card I do play as well in my side deck is Evenly Matched. You guys can see I do not like stall decks or any back row heavy decks. Twin Twister is self-explanatory. There's no explanation to that. Cosmic Cyclone, there's going to be times where you're going to be going against some decks where they have those one-of spell cards or they're one-of field spells, and you can't really get around those. So you end up playing Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of those cards. So, personal opinion, like if your opponent was to play Necro Valley or things of that nature, and you don't have Twin Twisters in your hand, and you can't get around that card, or they have a way to protect it, and like you really can't get anything around it, you could just banish it. If they can a current to their hand, it's a better way just to get rid of that problematic card. And then Evenly Matched is basically self-explanatory. It basically gets rid of... It's a free card just to get rid of everything. That way you can go off with your combos. So yeah. Like I said, this deck is pretty powerful. It's really strong. It's really strong against a lot of the competitive meta decks that's out there right now. In my personal opinion, I would probably change a few more things in the deck, mainly the main deck, just to try to boost up more consistency. I would play probably a third Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and I also probably would play Starledge Dragon, if I said his name right. Starledge Heritage Dragon, I believe. I will play him as well. Once I can get my hands on him, I will be coming out with another video such as this, and I will be trying to upload it to you guys. If I had that, I would probably take out a few cards and probably play him, and then play a third Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and then a few more Dragon monsters in the main deck. That way I can utilize him a lot more. I think side deck and extra deck is more self-explanatory. They both prove themselves pretty well. But that's the only thing I probably would change in the main deck. So you guys let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, and what you guys think I should change, or what you guys think is how the deck probably provides to you just don't be afraid to let me know down in the comments below. And like always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. And like always, Dragon Rockstar is signing out. Peace.